So we're gonna touch on the top 10, but you can scroll.
Top 10. What is this now? Top 10 what?
Top 10. Rolling Stone said the top 10 R&B songs of the 21st century.
The 21st century. Okay, let's go.
You just scroll down until you get to the top 10.
All right.
But
top 10. So it's 20 through 1 right here. Let's see.
So they have, this is the list. Number 10, they have Brandy Full Moon.
I love that record.
Love it.
I really want to buy. I really want to buy. When I can be care, it might be a full moon.
Number 9.
Okay.
Number 9, they have Erykah Badu, Bag Lady.
Bag Lady, you can hurt your back. Dragging on your backs like that.
Number 8, John Legend, Ordinary People.
We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go.
It's the Human Jukebox. Shout out to Southern University. Number 7, Alicia Keys, Fallen.
I don't want to do that one.
It's on the list. Number 6, Frank Ocean, Thinking About You.
A tornado came around the room and caught you made the baby about you, baby. With you, it doesn't rain in Southern California. Also Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy, y'all didn't know what that boy meant. Y'all thought it meant boy.
We did not know.
Frank was telling y'all. Shout out to Frank. That's my. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I gotta change my Mount Rushmore. Frank Ocean gotta go on there. Frank Ocean is my single favorite singer of all time. Let me tell you who my two favorite singers of all time.
Respect to Frank, but
yeah, it's respecting then you diss.
It's not a diss.
Just like a
just said.
So my single favorite. These are my two favorite. Let me tell you what a tortured fan I am.
Okay.
This is how tortured I am as a fan.
Okay.
These are my two favorite artists in both rap and in R&B. Frank Ocean is my favorite R&B artist ever.
Okay.
And Jay Electronica is my favorite rapper ever.
That's crazy.
Can't get these to record.
Both from New Orleans.
Can't get them to record. Both from New Orleans. Can't get them to record. Can't get them to make. Jay Electronica got something coming out. Shout out to Law. Jay Electronica.
How can they be your favorite and they don't put enough music out?
Because what they've put out. Okay. I can't. What they've put out. How can I explain this to you? So there are songs, right? And then open this back up. First of all, we're gonna finish your list, but I want to.
This is not my list. This is Rolling Stones.
Okay,
list.
but there are songs, right?
Which I disagree with this list.
There are songs, and then there are musical ministries, and those two things aren't the same. There's a song that Frank Ocean has, and obviously Nostalgia, All Ultra, and all Channel Orange,
that project is
All Blonde, all of that stuff. But there's a song that Frank Ocean recorded called Wise Man. Which is it's off the Django Unchained soundtrack, but it didn't make the soundtrack. Okay. It's like Quentin said that Quentin.
Are you referring to
Quentin Tarantino?
Tarantino.
I use his first name. That's what we do here in Hollywood, baby, bubby. We talk like we know people. Quentin Tarantino said that the song didn't fit. Right? It didn't fit anywhere. Great soundtrack, that Django Unchained, by the way.
It was.
That song is so meaningful to me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand why he writes the song and the song is about frailty. It's about misconception. It's about the human experience, but it reminds me of my father. It reminds me of lessons that my dad tried to tell me. My dad would always say, every time I would look up to somebody, my dad would be like, Van, I'm glad you have heroes, but I want you to remember that's just a man. And so when you get disappointed, and you will be, try not to judge that man as anything other than a man. That's just a guy.
Yeah.
Like the person that you think that's going to answer all of your problems and answer all of these questions, you look to them, the dude is just a dude.
Right.
And he would look at me, he would say, me, you, your daddy, I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. And when you there's a Frank Wright, the song is written in prose, right? And it's just like one part of the song where he it's just I can't even explain how he put all of that stuff. I felt like my dad was talking to me when he wrote the song, right? and I just go back to it all the time. And whether it be Pyramids, whether it be I don't know, just when he writes, it just makes sense to me.
I think as a writer, Frank definitely is one of the greatest of our time. Definitely in the last 20 years or so. The Nostalgia album is probably that might be top 10 of my favorite albums since it's come out. I mean, I can name other albums that I like more, but since what was that, 2009, 2010, somewhere
2010, something like that.
Since that album, since that came out, Nostalgia from Frank Ocean, I don't know that I've heard 10 other R&B or soul albums that's better than that, personally. But that's just interesting. You say he's your best favorite singer of all time.
Well, I mean the work itself, not his voice.
So, okay, you said
just the work, the act, Frank Ocean.
I understand.
There's another song, and it's called Accurate Integral.
I've heard that song.
Just like he just singing and talking, and I'm like, yo, I get this. Like, I understand this. And with Jay Electronica, if I could rap, if I wanted to rap, those are the types of rap songs I would want to make.
He's super
brilliant.
dope. We know this, no question.
Brilliant, not like a genius. Just the way that he looks at things.
No question.
Look at this.
Put out
standing. Yes, I hate her. I could drill a hole at the Earth's equator, fill it with dynamite. Like, just the whole nine. Yeah. You ain't know that innocent with Obi-Wan behind a Jedi's back can turn Anakin to Vader. Your lack of faith in the Force is
I can be
disturbing.
honest with you. I have not heard enough Jay Electronica.
Because you're a hater.
I'm not. No, I mean, I think he's super dope.
Well, he doesn't have that many records.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't say he hasn't put out enough records. But what he does put out really gets to me. Okay, let's finish the list.
So we were at Frank.
Mariah, we belong together.
Mary J.
But who Be Without You? That's a hard record.
But we're saying top 10 of the 21st century.
Beyonce, Dangerously in Love too. D'Angelo, Untitled, How Does It Feel?
I think that's a good one to go in the concert.
Usher Confessions, not the Usher song I would have chosen.
It's Usher Burn. They have Burn.
It says Confessions.
Confessions. I'm sorry.
Not the Usher song I would have chosen.
I agree. Speaking of that, first of all, how do you top 10 of the 21st century? What do you think about that list?
It's not the list I would have had, but it's a list for people who delve into R&B. It's a Rolling Stone list.
Yeah, but I'm into R&B, and I think.
No, when I say delve into, I mean they're not. That's not a list for R&B heads.
I got you.
That's a list for people
that
be
looking at numbers. I don't know what they're looking at.
I mean, what you're looking at is like when Rolling Stone makes that list, they also have to consider their reader. So what they're considering are songs that they can put on that list that their readers would know. So it's like you're not going to get Rolling Stone to put Dwele.
Well, yeah.
I mean, by the way, fantastic,
amazing, yeah.
Right, but to me, of the two, you mean to tell me of the top 10. There's not a Music Soul Child. To me,
there's not a Music Soul Child. There's one D'Angelo song. There's not a Maxwell song.
Right.
There's not a Neo song. There's not a Chris Brown song. I'm sorry. There's some crazy. There's not a. I mean, it's a lot of artists that I could name that there's not a Dream song. Like, there's some crazy R&B records.
There's Dream records on there. It's Dream records that I know that are better than some of the songs that are on there.
Every artist I just mentioned. I mean, I would have that argument, but nonetheless, okay.
Can we talk? Oh, can we talk? Can we talk? R&B.
What's up, guys? If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full episode, click right here. If you just want to continue watching more clips, click right here.